According to recent studies, AI could affect around 40% of global jobs in the coming years. That's as per a report by Business Insider. Organizations are already reporting that as many as half of the entry-level white-collar jobs might be substantially altered or displaced in the next 10 years. So what kind of jobs are most likely exposed to such a displacement? Which roles are most likely going to change or replaced by the advent of artificial intelligence? Let's deep dive into that. But before that, hi everyone, welcome to my channel GOC, Game of Careers, where we talk about the workplace for tomorrow. We discuss about various professions. It's a most suitable channel for anybody who's going to be pursuing a career other than business. And whether you're a fresher or you're planning to pivot from your current role into a new domain, new industry, new profession, we will be discussing all of that. Coming back to the topic, what are the top 5 careers that will get affected by the advent of artificial intelligence? Here's a thought to begin with. The only constant is change. It's a line you've probably heard, but with artificial intelligence advancing as it is, that change is speeding up in ways many fully didn't imagine. Here are the 5 jobs or categories that, in my view and my studies, I feel are at most risk, not because they'll disappear entirely, but more probably because they are vulnerable, means that they will change or the roles will shift in the next 5 to 10 years. Number 1, data entry clerks or administrative support roles. Let's understand why is this kind of role at risk. These jobs often involve repetitive tasks, standardized data processes, which could be like document routing and simple decision rules. Exactly the kind of tasks that AI automation or robotic process automation handles well. Right? So what will change? Many of the routine parts will be automated, like data capture, formatting, simple checks, leaving fewer people needed for manual data entry. Right? Remaining roles might shift to oversight, exception handling, and supervising the automation. Role number 2, which could be customer service, or the representatives who are dealing with customers, looking at the customer relationship aspects, etc. Right? Let's understand why these jobs are at risk. So the AI chatbots, virtual assistants, automated response systems are already replacing many of the first-level customer service interactions. I'm sure you're using IVR when you try and reach out for any customer service, or even you have voice automated or chatbots already responding to your queries. Wherever there is an interaction and it is predictable, scripted, standardized, AI does a really good job at that. So what will change? So we are likely to see hybrid models wherein AI handles simple queries and humans come in for complex, emotional, or escalation issues. Also, skills like empathy, active listening, creativity in responses will become more valuable. So that's another area which will definitely is being impacted as we talk about, and possibly will get totally replaced or displaced with newer roles. Number 3 would be jobs related to language translation or content generation will definitely get impacted. Why are these at risk? Because large language models, or so-called LLMs, are increasingly capable of translation, drafting reports, summarizing text, generating content from templates, etc. Studies have flagged translators, interpreters, routine report writers as among vulnerable job types. What will change? These jobs won't vanish, but the threshold of expertise, nuance, contextual knowledge, critical thinking over mere fluency will matter much more. Tools will assist heavily, and human skill will be an oversight. Will be used more in creativity, judgment, and ensuring quality. Job number 4, or role number 4, which will definitely get impacted. These are like roles for cashiers, bank tellers, wherever there is a basic clerical, financial, and banking roles. Why these jobs are at risk? Because many parts of the bookkeeping, basic accounting, payroll, standard legal documentation, contract analysis are structured and template based. So AI tools are increasingly able to review contracts, flag clauses, assist in legal research, etc. Routine tasks can be partly or largely automated. What will change? The junior tasks may reduce. More emphasis will be on specialization, advisory, strategy, and negotiation. Even further to that, the interpretation and regulation compliance management, where human judgment, domain understanding, relationships, ethics are harder for these tools to predict or code. Number 5 will be your routine legal and accounting bookkeeping. Now, these roles often include counting, transaction processing, simple interaction that are progressively being automated. For example, self-checkouts, digital wallets, online banking, and AI fraud detection. So what will change? In the fewer in-person transaction roles, more remote and automated transaction channels, clerical clerks remaining will more often work in customer advising, exception processing, relationship management, and financial literacy roles rather than pure transactional work. I'm sure when you visit a bank now, you would find that the teller is not just counting your notes or dispensing cash. He's also giving you advice what new instruments are available for you to do investments, and he'll possibly do selling as well. I don't mean to scare you. Many of us working or aiming to get into these roles will be affected, but also many opportunities will open. What matters is how we adapt, How do we upskill? How do we learn to work with AI and not against it? Knowing tools, understanding what AI can do and can't do, being able to supervise or guide them, building unique human skills, empathy, creativity, critical thinking, judgment, ethics, interpersonal communications. These will be ever more important in the future. Be flexible, right? Be willing to shift tasks, parts of the roles, even industries. Roles will morph. Those who are rigid may find themselves most vulnerable, right? And stay aware. Keep track of what industry is getting automated, what is happening in your function, what is happening in your job role, what is happening in the functions that you interact with, and what sort of tools are being adopted in your organization. Learn those tools, adapt to it, and keep yourself ahead of the curve so that you always stay in a job or you can find better jobs in future. So in short, yes, jobs are likely to change a lot and shrink in certain functions, but many will transform rather than disappear. The next decade is not about losing work, but I'd encourage you to reflect upon what parts of your job are repetitive, predictable, and template-based. Those are the areas you might want to strengthen, shift, and prepare alternatives for. So thank you for tuning in. I hope this gives you a glimpse of what change is coming and how can you start preparing for it. Do share your views in the comment section. Be sure to like and subscribe the channel GOC, Game of Careers. We need your blessings and support to grow. Also comment what topics you would want us to cover. What are your focus area? What threats do you feel because of artificial intelligence? And we are sure that we'll be covering them in the upcoming podcasts and videos. Thank you once again. Wish you an awesome day ahead.